Today, we are not tearing down a product or service. We are tearing down my life. Why? My home was featured in Apartment Therapy with the headline, Commune and 19 adults and 4 babies. And I'd like a chance to explain. So first, we're going to talk about the first principles for why I'm choosing to live near friends. And second, we'll talk about what life is actually like. I'll begin with a reflection about how people traditionally or normally make a decision about where to rent or what home to buy. We tend to look at how big a house is, if the bathrooms are redone. We evaluate the countertops to see if they're nice to our standard. We look at the size of rooms, the closets. The real estate agent points out if the sunlight hits in a nice spot. We love if it's a trendy neighborhood and if we have a yard. And then we make the biggest purchase decision of our lives, except for kids. Those are very expensive. But to my knowledge, I have not, and I may not have found them, there are no papers in social science that have found a relationship between countertops and happiness. No papers have found a relationship between the niceness of a bathroom and happiness. Although I would say they probably haven't studied bidets. Bidet, a nice one, can really make your day. So what is the biggest driver of happiness? Money. Just kidding. That was a joke. It's a lot of money. No, really, of course not. That's a joke too. It is relationships. Relationships are the biggest driver of happiness. Robust research supports this, and if you need visceral proof, ask a hospice. What people mention at the end of life is not their work, it is their relationships. So if relationships are the biggest driver of happiness, and by the way, relationships are free, you don't need money, the question we should be asking ourselves is, how do we drive quality relationships? Well, let's go back to behavioral science, because there is one law in behavioral sciences. If you want somebody, there's multiple laws, but this is the main one. If you want someone to do something, make it easier. And if you don't want them to do something, make it harder. So if you want to have more, better quality relationships, you just need to make seeing your friends easier. And how would you do that? How would you make seeing your friends easier? You'd go live by them, like really close to them. We're talking a 5-minute walk. And because we like research, we'll mention that there is strong research to back this up. It turns out that living near friends or family, assuming that they are also happy, is a huge boon to your happiness. And distance, proximity really matters. Making it easy really matters. There's a huge difference between living 2 miles away and half a mile away. A friend who lives within a mile and who becomes happy, so a happy friend, increases the probability that you are happy by 25%. And within a half mile, the number is over 40%. So if you want to be happy, you just need to proactively design your life for relationships. And this means prioritizing your people over a redone bathroom or kitchen countertops. And that's at the fundamental level what Radish is. It's a life design prioritization for happiness. Okay, so I hope you're bought into the premise. So what is life like living with 19 adults and 4 babies? Well, we're not actually living with people. We're living near them. So there are 10 units and 6 buildings. Most units have their own kitchens, and there's a hot tub, a fireplace, a sauna, a garden, a guest RV. And we do have a communal kitchen where most nights we come together at 7:30, someone cooks, and have dinner together. By the way, this is completely optional, not required. If you don't want to come, you don't have to. But it turns out that it's really enjoyable to have dinner with your friends. And then we have baby happy hour, where when the kids come home from daycare, we come and hang out. This is great for the parents to have some socialization with your kid. And it is also kind of fun for non-parents to see kids for a very short period of time. There's something at Radish called baby monitor distance, where we live so close to each other that we can just hand the baby monitor to our neighbor, and Phil and I can go out for the night to get a drink. Somebody's watching our baby monitor that's within a 30-second walk, and we don't have to hire this babysitter. There's a weight room and a ping pong. I can text a thread and get someone to play ping pong with me within 5 to 10 minutes. Whoosh! Wow. So there's lots of ways that living near friends can increase and drive our happiness. But most of it's because we're fighting the status quo. And what the status quo is basically that moment when you're on the couch. It's a Thursday night, and yeah, you'd like to kind of see your friend at 7 p.m., but you'd have to drive there. Maybe there's traffic, maybe there's a bar, there's probably coordination. Are they up for it? Do you really want to ask them? By the way, this is the guest RV where folks can stay. And so what Radish does is fight that status quo by making it really, really easy to have really micro interactions with people. And that's because we've solved for proximity. We've made it really easy to live near friends and thus increase our happiness. And so I'll end with this live near friends idea. My husband, Phil, started a company called Live Near Friends, which is basically Radish, which actually was kind of difficult. We had to co-purchase real estate. We had to coordinate with lots of people. And it turns out that there is an easy button, and it's simply just finding a place next to your friends. And I do want to clarify next to. I want it to be a 3-minute walk, a 5-minute walk on the same block, on the next block. It should not be a 5-minute drive, although a 5-minute drive is obviously better than a 25-minute drive. And so Live Near Friends, if you are interested in this at all, would suggest you go to the website and try it out. You put in your address and you'll see all the homes that are open within a 5-minute walk from your place, or you can put in your friend's address if you want to move by them, or you can put in a totally different address if you guys want to move somewhere together. So all it takes is a little coordination. And I'll emphasize that, yes, there is some work to this. But when people ask me, how do you incorporate behavioral science into your life? It's hard for me to do things like not eat M&Ms when they're close to me because I'm a human. But I can make one-time thoughtful decisions and design my life so that it can overall improve my happiness. And this is a one-time decision that drives our happiness. So yes, it will take work, but you will have these dividends hit you when you're living near your friends.